Well, altcoins and ETH are going to run hard. So ETH is well behind on ETH BTC pair. So it's a much lower price than what Bitcoin's at right now comparatively, right? So Bitcoin runs up to 156K. I'm seeing ETH breaking out to at least, at the minimum, this fib right here, 1.618 to about $5,700. Okay, $5,700 worst case scenario. You're going to see ETH run to that. Hold on. What's this? Hold on. Here's what's interesting about ETH that we're seeing correlated in equity markets. In equity markets, we got S&P at all-time highs. We have the US 100 at all-time highs. We've got the Dow Jones almost breaking the new highs. IWM is what we want to pay attention to. So I've been talking about this inside of the Taylor's Code, showing charts in there. Here's IWM. IWM is the low cap shitco stock index. So when IWM is ripping, that is max risk on, running down the risk curve. People are taking profits on majors, rotating into lower cap assets, etc., just trying to capture more upside. IWM means risk fully on when this is at all-time highs. So if we throw Ethereum down below and see how they trade correlated, take a look at this. Maybe I'm gonna open this fucking shit up. Why isn't it letting me fucking... Okay, fuck it. Okay. So here's IWM. August 18, all-time high. Okay? So pay attention to this. All-time high. We go into a bear market. Great. We break the previous cycle all-time high and we run. What happens to Ethereum? As soon as IWM breaks the new all-time highs and moves sideways, what does Ethereum do? Rips fucking face. %1,000%. Why is that? Well, because if everybody's going full risk on, liquidity is moving down the risk curve into lower cap assets. So you get the first move up on IWM, and then as this distributes sideways, so people are not taking profits, TradFi individuals are taking profits, it's moving sideways. This is distribution, and then you go into a bear market. Okay? So you do distribution. As this is distributing, why is Ethereum pumping hard? Ethereum is pumping because as this is distributing and people are pulling out money and taking profits, they're rotating that down into Ethereum, down into Bitcoin, therefore pumping the prices of those assets. Okay? So we go into a bear market. ETH goes into what? A bear market. So IWM tops right here, calls the exact top for Ethereum. Okay, calls the exact top for Ethereum, and then it breaks down because we're risk off now. Risk off means people get their shit out of the market. Okay, bear market moves sideways, bear market moves sideways. IWM leads, moving up, tops here. What does Ethereum do? Moves up, tops here. So effectively calls the Pico top again. ETH is just a little bit lagged. Okay. So now what do we see? And by the way, it came back down and it retested previous cycle all-time highs. Right? Come up. Created this high from 21. Tags it. It's resistance. Breaks down. Comes back down to the 2018 cycle high. Now we're pushing back up. This is where the fireworks on Ethereum begins. The fireworks on ETH begins once you see IWM go into price discovery. S&P's already there. QQQ's already in price discovery. Dow Jones is close. Yeah, Dow Jones is close. 100's in price discovery. QQQ, price discovery. Nvidia, price discovery. Coinbase, going for it. Robinhood, price discovery. Yep. So IWM is going to be heading towards price discovery. We get IWM into price discovery. You see Ethereum in price discovery. So we got to root for this chart to continue to head higher on IWM because they're correlated, heavily correlated. Risk on. What's going to get us to become more and more risk on in these markets? What will actually give us risk on conditions?